the way, the Chinese guy has not got off either. I think the Chinese man went to jail as well.
Yeah, for accessory.
The Chinese guy.
He's interviewing
the fucking
Jared Taylor.
racist ass Chinese. You see him in the background making dim sum for Jared Taylor. He's like, finally, my dream job.
Well, that's what's crazy is there's like another case. That Daniel Penny case is like almost more contentious than this, but it's just we're not living with COVID.
Is that the guy in the
Subway?
Subway guy? Yeah, who's like the
Marine who...
He was like our Bernard Getz kind of.
Yeah, because it was like that guy was like attacking a woman, right?
The guy came onto the subway and was just like, I'm going to kill everyone in here. It's my last day on Earth. Like, I don't give a fuck. And then Daniel Penny just went up behind him, choked him to the ground, and then other people were helping. And a bunch of other people on the subway said, like, even a black woman included, were like we were all afraid for our lives.
Yeah,
this guy held him down. But he held him down too hard, and maybe the guy might have been on drugs too, or he probably was.
Right.
He's in the news this morning. It says Daniel Penny greeted with chants of guilty as closing arguments began in Jordan Neely's chokehold case.
This could restart some
race war stuff.
Yeah, there's a bunch of
Trump is president again, so the people are raring to go.
There's a lot of O'Reilly's Auto Parts that are bracing for impact with the outcome of this case.
Oh, there's plywood salesmen who are making millions of dollars right now.
What the fuck? But he has a kid. Come on, this is fucked. And he's got a Kardashian.
No, that woman's just Italian and had plastic surgery.
I watched his interview with the police like right after it happened, and he's talking too much.
That's his baby niece.
No, he's actually choking that baby. He's putting that baby into a chokehold.
Aww. He looks like a good guy. Look, he's playing with the baby, and it's a white baby. Aww. Yeah, he had to do it to save that baby.
No, I mean it seems like a markedly different case.
It is
than the Chauvin
but
one.
They're gonna make it like. They're going to make it crazy, I think.
Yeah. I honestly think, and I'm not kidding, I think if Biden had won, he would get found innocent. But I think because Trump is president, they're going to find him guilty.
Probably.
Because people get more on edge when Trump is president.
It is crazy, though. I mean, everyone on the subway attested to the fact that they didn't think he was doing anything wrong. And other people were helping him hold the guy down. But
I mean, that's a good boy right there. See, we're fucking proud of him.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck off.
You know, his granddad was watching the TV. He's like, go, grandson, go. Just like I taught you.
Just like I taught you. Get in there.
Yeah, he's the next Thanksgiving. He's like, and praise be with Daniel for the great job he did.
Oh, man, yeah. Like, New York killed my son.
Fuck. Yeah, the Daniel Penny, I mean, God bless him. I guess he did the right thing, huh?
Really, yeah, he probably held on a little too long.
Yeah, he probably got a little too into it, but
there were even people on the subway being like, "Don't too long." I mean, he's like he looks like
you got him.
Yeah.
That's a fucking badass though. Look at that. Look at that shot right there, Devin. That's an innocent man.
He does look like a Death Wish guy from the 70s. Like he looks like the guy who did it.
Yeah, he looks like one of the guardian angels that were like on the subway in the 80s and shit.
I can be your hero, baby.
And he was like a ex-Marine or something?
Yeah.
That's a fucking badass right there. And he stepped up. He was a fucking hero.
Yeah.
And wasn't this guy, the guy he killed, wasn't he was fucking playing Frogger with his nuts with everybody on the train? Like he was a crazy guy.
He was being insane.
Yeah.
But then they find the one period of time where he wasn't on drugs and he was, helping old ladies across the street.
Right, but when he was on drugs.
in the choir and whatever, but yeah.
When he was on drugs, though, he was like the rape T-1000.
Yeah.
He was like the Terminator on the subway, just chasing people.
Yeah, he came onto the subway like the big, like in Men in Black 2, the big like mole thing. Was he eating the subway station?
Yeah, the giant worm.
The giant worm.
With the flower on its head.
He's a guy that if he was in China, they would have put him in a crematorium. Right, they would have fucking lit him up.
Yeah, they would have. They would have built a rocket to send him to the moon.
Yeah, but instead we live in fucking America, where guys like this have to step up and be a goddamn hero. How did he kill him? Did he pull a knife out and stab him? What'd he do?
Put him in a chokehold.
No, the guy came onto the subway and was like, "I'm fucking ready to die today. Like, I'll kill anyone in here.
He goes,
someone kill me!
Yeah,
please choke me to death."
And then Penny came up behind him and just, took him down, and then
Took
other
him to the
people were
ground.
helping him, and everyone on the subway was just like waiting for the next stop and like calling the police.
Yeah.
and
Okay,
stuff.
what's with all these people
and then
that
the
they
police
can't take
showed
a
up.
chokehold and
The
they
police
die?
showed up and well, they're on drugs.
Fentanyl.
The cop showed up, and then I think Penny just left. He's like, I have a shift.
He's like, yeah, I got Broadway tickets. Me and my wife are seeing Wicked.
And then they interview him, Penny, like a couple hours later, and the guy doesn't have any clue. I don't think that this kid died.
Yeah, he didn't know.
And he's just kind of talking too much without a lawyer present. And I'm sure that really
Oh,
fucked him.
yeah. So he kind of like self-incriminated
Yeah.
a little bit.
But then a bunch of interviews came out with a bunch of other people on the subway at the time. One of them was a black woman, and they're all like, no one's acting like this guy was, wrong for what
Yeah,
he did.
like he went a little too far, but like he was put in a very insane a situation that we just allow.
In his
to
mind, he's like,
happen.
I'm saving this guy.
Yeah.
Could start stabbing people.
He's a
on
guy.
the
He's
train.
made a living off of the idea of protecting people.
Yeah.
With violence. So
I mean, if anything, he didn't go far enough.
okay.
Really?
I think at the next stop, he puts what's the guy's head? Who died?
I think his name was
Jordan Neely.
Jordan Neely.
Jordan Neely. He should have took Jordan Neely, and like when the doors open, he puts his head in the door and lets it like shut on it.
Yeah.
And Jordan Neely's going, ah!
You hear,
Let me out so I can keep raping women and children.
You're this guy's attorney. You're in court saying this. You're like, Judge.
You go.
I don't think he went hard enough.
Yeah. You go, Your Honor. There was many curbs around. He did not utilize. He could have if he wanted. Would a racist man not use a curb that was right there?
Daniel Penny could have done a lot worse. Daniel Penny, when Jordan Neely was incapacitated, could have given him a taste of his own medicine, pulled his drawers down.
Oh, and raped him.
In front of everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is worse than killing somebody,
to
by
teach
the way.
him to teach him a lesson. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
A lesson in how to rape better.
Yeah. I'm gonna take you
This is how
behind.
we did it in the Marines, Neely. That's not how you rape.
Yeah.
This is how you rape.
That actually is probably true. Knowing rape statistics in the military, that's probably true.
He was mad about how bad he's raping.
He goes at Fort Hood. They taught us better than this. The desert. Yeah.
Get in there.
Yeah.
It's called Fort Take Your Hood Off now.
That's so
But
funny.
but I think part of the problem is when you put somebody in a chokehold, like you think it's they're gonna die because they can't breathe for too long. But I think it's you cut off blood supply to their brain, and that's the reason they essentially go brain dead.
I watched the video that there's a moment where they're like, all right, he's not fighting anymore. He's not fighting anymore. You could let go, and you're like, well, he's dead. Like that, he just had that was his death rattle. Like you killed him.
They go, all right, he's gurgling. That means he's passed out peacefully.
He understands peace now. It's like he's a peaceful man now.
Yeah. He goes, oh, he's
We trained him.
Yeah, he's asleep. That's why the foam is coming out of his mouth.
It's like when cops like shoot a guy in the head and they go, put your hands behind your back.
Comply! I know they will do. They'll shoot a guy in the face.
They'll shoot a guy 40 times.
and then he'll fall down, and they'll put a knee in his back and like rip his arms up to
Yep.
like fucking handcuff him.
That's so good.
Cops
Did he-
love to arrest dead bodies. It's like their favorite thing. They love yelling orders at a dead guy.
And they just keep shooting him.
Yeah.
Did he?
Well, it's kind of like when you don't have to bag your own groceries. You're like, oh, it's just good. It's a good to go right here.
Sure.
Right.
Just
Yeah, yeah.
right there we go. Just going in for a pickup.
You go. He's already dead. So like, what am I gonna get in more trouble?
Yeah.
Does the video start? I never watched. Does the video start with him already choking him, or does
I
it?
think
he
that's
walks
what
up.
that's the one I saw. You don't see video of him walking in like and saying stuff.
Right, like
just-
it's a fake sketch.
Yeah, so
on
you
YouTube
don't-
Reels.
But they have so much witness testimony. You'd think he'd be okay. I mean, like Bernard Getz like literally shot like 4 black kids on the subway and got
Who-
away with it.
who-
Yeah,
this?
Bernard Getz
The
from
Joker? Is he the Joker?
That was
I mean, the
that
Joker.
scene is based on Bernard Getz, I imagine. Yeah,
He's a French guy who shot a bunch of black people?
he was just a quiet.
like a blue collar worker.
Just a guy in New York sitting on the subway, and these like black teenagers like tried to like rob him with like a knife or something, maybe a
Yeah.
gun, I forget, and he shot all of them.
Yeah, he pulled out like a fucking Desert Eagle or something and
And
like shot
welcome
4
to New
black
York.
teens.
Everybody I know in New York says they get jumped by like teens all
Well,
the
this
time.
was the late 70s. This
Yeah.
was like the Warriors New York. So people were like thank you. Like we actually need this to fucking.
That's awesome.
Yeah, people should be afraid.
So
Yeah.
he was the Death Wish.
That's what Death Wish came from. Was the Bernard? I believe the
Awesome.
Bernard Getz case. Like it
Yeah.
inspired all these like vigilante
That's
movies.
so cool.
Yeah.
Where people started walking around just fucking with whatever they came back from Vietnam with.
Sure. and then
coming
just,
back with a fucking just walking around with an AK-47.
yeah, just like
letting it rip.
they're like, okay, I'm in level 1 of Street Fighter right now. Like I'm just gonna like let it rip.
Yeah, like Travis Bickle shit.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Fuck, I wish. That's one of the coolest times to be alive because it's like Red Dead Redemption in the 70s in New York. You're on horseback trying to get to the subway.
Yeah.
Just 2 6-shooters.
yeah. I mean,
You just want to go down to the bodega and get the morning paper. Just shooting. A guy pops out of a window with like
Yeah.
a rifle, and you're like,
yeah. It's like
he
the-
falls.
Yeah,
The Wilhelm scream.
yeah. He does the does the front flip like when you're at Universal Studios. Yeah.
Giuliani runs up to you. He's like, "Can I suck your dick?"
Please, I have no money. I'll suck your dick for $50.
By the way, I'll Venmo Giuliani if he's that broke. What happened?
I know. He's like, I can't call a cab right now. I'm walking home.
We give like $40.
Yeah, that's what he said. He goes, I can't buy 3 slices. I can buy 2 and a half.
Did you see that clip of Giuliani?
Yeah, he has no money.
What happened?
I don't know.
Everyone said he got done dirty. I'm like,
Did they take
just-
his? Did they like levy his wages or whatever? Or do some
No,
shit like that?
I think he literally he just went to bat for, and not even trying to live out. I think what happened was he went to bat for Trump so hard and got sued a bunch and like spent a lot of his own money thinking like Trump would like take care of him. And then
Yeah.
the minute he nutbarred out too much, Trump was like, "Oh, I don't fucking know Giuliani. I don't like."
Right.
And then he was just kind of like left. Like with his basically like his pockets empty with like moms.
Yeah,
flying out
Giuliani's
of
like
it.
the guy in Happy Gilmore. It's like Shooter, Red Lobster.
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah.
I
Trump's
love
like,
that
I'm good.
That's
Yeah.
all Trump rules.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
He's just letting this guy hang to dry.
Yeah, no, that he used him.
Fuck him.
He used him like a pawn, and then he just flicked him off the board when he was
Giuliani's
done
such
with
a
him.
fucking retard loser.
He is a-
he's
he's
always
a-
brushing his teeth at the airport.
Yeah,
It's so funny. The guy used to be a king in New York.
I know.
Yeah.
And he lost. I think he legitimately has like some form of like Alzheimer's or dementia.
Yeah,
because he
yeah.
like lost it.
Remember in Borat too, and he just tries to fuck the girl. He just pulls his pants down.